Welcome back, guys. Um, as you can see right here, we're in UDK, Real Development Kit, and we're ready to import our mesh and apply the texture we made. So I'm gonna go ahead. You can right-click in your browser right here and import. I'm gonna go look for my file or my exported file. Let me be a little bit more specific. PSK file. Actor X exports mesh as PSK files, and that can be imported by UDK. So there it is. I'm gonna make a just call it new package. I'll call it temp. Under group mesh, and that's the name of the file. For those of you guys who rigged your own characters in Maya, this is a Maya thing. You see this box right here where it says assume Maya coordinates. You want to click on it, and what that does is to make sure your rig is in the right orientation, because Maya's orientation is different from UDK's. The up direction is the y-axis for Maya, but in Unreal is the z-axis. I hope I got this right. Yeah, I do. I know Max doesn't have that problem. So here's our mesh you just imported in. Let me go ahead and open it up so you can see what it looks like. And for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm not going to texture the entire body. I'm just going to texture the head. And for those of you who need who want to know how to import your textures, you see when I do it with the hair, I already have the body imported. So I'm just going to change the animation, the default animation, so you can see. And what I'm doing right now, I'm dragging the light around. You do that by hitting L on your keyboard and moving the mouse, and it moves the light so you can see the face of the character. Now you can see the hair planes right here, fully untextured. They're just planes. You can see the back of the planes are invisible, and we're going to take care of that because it's on in UDK on the Unreal Engine. The planes, or not just the planes, the mesh is only visible from the front. Now if I zoomed in here, you can see you can't see the back of the head. But moving along, I'm just blabbing now. I'm going to get out of this, and next you get to import your hair texture. I already did, but I'll show you what to do. For the diffuse texture, when you import your diffuse texture, I'm going to import the alpha just to show you how that goes. The diffuse texture, you import it like you would any other diffuse, any character diffuse, and you might want to name it something like not name it, sorry, God, I still sound like a jackass. Okay, I'm importing in the alpha, but for the diffuse, let's move this to textures. The blending, you want to make sure it's you want to have it blend masked, and it's also going to be texture group character specular, I believe, and you go ahead and import it in for your alpha texture. For the diffuse, like I said, just it's going to be texture group character, and it's going to be blend opaque. Or you don't even change that. That's the original. So after you import your textures, these are mine. Nope, it's not here. There we go. This is my alpha texture. This is my diffuse texture. You go ahead and create your materials. How do you do that? In your package, you right click, new material, and You might want to put it under the group materials and give it a name like hair mat or something. When you create your materials, let me go ahead and open mine. This should come up automatically for you as soon as you create a new material. And obviously this is going to be black, but this is my material, and I'll tell you how I set it up. First thing you want to do is to just grab texture samples of your diffuse texture and your alpha texture. How do you do that? You go into your textures tab or wherever you had your textures imported. Right, click on your diffuse. Go back to your material editor, and right here to the left, to the right, sorry, of your screen, just scroll up until you get to the textures heading, and just pull out a texture sample while you have your diffuse selected, and this will appear. You go back in there, click on your alpha, and drag another texture sample so you have both of those. You might want to give it some space because, as you can see, you have some other expressions here powering this material. Let me give you a rundown of what I did here. This is a constant tree vector. Once again, to the right of your screen, just scroll up, and that's the constant tree vector. You can just drag that down, and you give it a value of red 1.3, green 1.3, blue 2. You go ahead and grab a multiply. Again, at the right of the screen, you scroll down to math, and you will see multiply. There it is, and that's the multiply. The constant tree vector goes into the B slot, texture sample RGB goes into the A slot, and your diffuse texture, obviously you just plug that into diffuse, and your multiply, you plug that into specular. And what you have here, you grab this is just a constant. You get a constant, you give it a value of 100. You plug that into specular power, and your alpha you plug into opacity. This is something new. Is another constant tree vector. Red value is 1, and green and blue are both 0. That goes into your anisotropic direction, and there you go. So what do you do next? You're not done yet. You go ahead and click on your preview this box, preview instructions, I guess, and I don't know if I changed this or if this is the default, but my opacity mask clip value I have at 0.2. Blend mode, you want to make sure it's blend translucent. Default is blend opaque. Let me put it at blend opaque so you can see what happens when you see you can see the you can see everything, all of the texture. The alpha is having absolutely no effect, but when you have it as blend masked, you can only see the strands, which is what you want. Let's give it a second here. I hope this doesn't crash on me. Come on. Jesus Christ. No, sorry. Blend translucent. I hit blend masked. My mistake. Not blend masked, blend translucent. Also, you remember I mentioned that the back of the hair was invisible in when we were looking at the skeletal mesh properties. This will take care of that. You see where it says two-sided? Make sure you have that checked, because if you don't, like that, you can't see the back of the texture, which will make the hair pretty much invisible from the other direction, which kind of defeats the purpose. You want to make sure and now you can see the back. Let me scroll this down. Okay, I think that's all we need. Well, I don't know if this is default. Also use lit transparency, uh, depth only. No, I don't think it's default. That's all I did. Let's get out of the hair. I'm not gonna save any changes. And now we're gonna apply it to the mesh. Okay, just so you can make this out, I'm gonna put in the head texture. Sorry, the head material. I just call it head texture. Let's see if I got the right slot. Boom, there she is. Screw you. Okay, there she is. And now we're gonna apply the hair material. So go find your hair material, click on it. It should look something like this. And let's add that. Boom. There she is. You can definitely see that the hair appearing as strands. Doesn't look too good on mine, but I mean it will do. It's good enough for me. Let me zoom back a little bit. There she is. Pretty nifty. So that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and open the full character. And that's what she'll look like. Oh, that's what she looks like, complete. Not too shabby. So that's it. Once again, I apologize for taking so long in creating the animation, making the animation tutorial. That one I really have to get ready for. Um, I guess I'll be doing that next. And thanks for watching. Please rate these videos. Let me know what you think. Subscribe if you're interested. And we'll be good to go. Alright. So it's been fun. It's been a pleasure doing this tutorial. And I hope to see you next time for the next one. Bye.